Right, greetings everybody and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Leblanc trial, which is actually already gone. Shit. Oops. You know, the last week here on for me has been a little busy, to be totally honest. It was not such devastation was not my intent. Like, honestly, the last week was just really busy for a bunch of different reasons, and I did not have time to do the Leblanc challenge until the last 30 minutes, actually, of it, in which I did it with a bunch of guildmates. We did it, I didn't record it, and oops. So I do apologize for that. But I am going to make a video about it, talking about it, and that's essentially going to be good enough. So I did source a JP video, which is just going to be running. I'm just going to show it. Basically, you know, we got this setup of a bunch of Gilgameshes all going in to fight. Here we only have 3. Now I'm also going to talk about my experience. We did it with 4 Ashen Monts, just because a lot of people in my guild actually have Ashimont and fully built. But so long as you have a new-ish, pretty new character that is more along the modern lines of durable and strong and with a good setup of vision cards for speed and whatnot, I think you'll be okay. There's a couple of things that are important for this trial. Number one, the smartphone, not Cloud's smartphone from the Final Fantasy VII AC event, the anniversary smartphone. The reason being is that it just canceled out a bunch of nasty status effects that can happen in this event. Also, really quickly, I should be saying that this video is about the Leblanc multi-challenge. The single-player individual one is pretty straightforward, no problems whatsoever. But for the multi one, which is what this video is about, I do recommend the smartphone, the producer smartphone, which is pretty nice for just making this much breezier. The other thing is that Leblanc is different in the multi from the single player stuff. In the multi, she is lightning elemental, which is different. One reason why I do recommend Ashen Mont, although Esper effects and Esper fields will be just generally important for doing this. Now, if you have the actual smartphone equipped, most of these ads are not dangerous. In general, I would say that for people who are curious, this is way easier than the Dark Veritas trial. But it can get out of hand as middle and late of this. There are a lot of ads that get added, and it is possible to completely botch this for a couple of reasons. Number one is because she casts regen upon herself, and some of the ads also cast regen on her. If you don't have healing power down, it is how I would generally say miserable to get through this. She has a large pool of HP, and regen works a lot to essentially undo all of the hard work, or most of the hard work, that you've been doing. In general, also, the AI tends to move down towards the bottom of the map. That's kind of good, as it separates her away from some of the additional characters that get brought in. The additional characters, like the healer or the red mages, can cast haste, which also can make this just bloody miserable. Because if you combine regen and Leblanc's here just naturally high speed, well, I mean, that combination just heals a lot very quickly, and Leblanc already is almost capable of lapping certain characters even with high speed. That being said, so healing down is incredibly important for this, and you know, keeping no matter which character you end up using, this is an example with 3 Gilgameshes, you could use My example was with 4 Ashen Monts. It went relatively smoothly. Ashen Monts also abilities to multi-select individual targets was also very, very handy for taking care of ads, while also still pummeling Leblanc and getting her down fairly quickly. Haste cancellation is a must, because if haste gets cast and you are not able to dispel it, well, how to say, there's only so many ways to say it would be incredibly miserable, but yeah, that's essentially what it is. As I said, her AI seems to push her down towards the bottom of the map, regardless of general positioning, and that's good because mid-tier here you can see the Lamias that get brought in, which are kind of nasty. You can also see some of the healers casting regen. She's able to do it herself, but if someone else does it, LeBlanc is by far the most threatening thing here, and if she's freed up on too much space, well, you're probably going to have a bad time. So, not to show off this whole video, but if we skip ahead, we can see here how they are essentially going through it. The HP is starting to get a little bit lower, and very, very quickly here, once her HP gets low, we're going to see a new spawn of ads, and these ones are the one that can really, really ruin your day. Now, again, LeBlanc's being in the bottom corner here will put her as far away from the ads as possible, which is good because they are going to, yeah, here we are. The 3 red mages are going to start casting haste on everybody. And that is particularly bad. Again, do not want this character to have haste. Want to keep healing down on as much as possible. You do want also some kind of resistance against AoEs, as a lot of enemies here do kind of attack with AoEs, and they'll just help with the damage reduction and keeping you alive. Some sort of regeneration ability is also quite nice to just handle the healing and free up some turns to make sure that this doesn't go on too long. But here, you can see that we're getting very, very close. He goes down, you win the match, and this guarantees you a full 5-star version of the Moogle outfit, which is the thing that you want from this event. So yeah, that is basically a relatively short video about the LeBlanc using somebody else's content, Kazu Tomo, who is a JP player. I will shout him out because his video is the one that I used for talking about this, just because I did not get time to record my own. Anyway, hopefully that is helpful for Globalers. You are just starting to get into the 10-2 event. You don't need Yuna, you don't need Riku for this one. You can use other characters. It has been done, and I'm sure other people will do it with characters such as Shreken, or I don't know, but I'm sure you guys will figure stuff out. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Take care. See you later.